Let me throw a question at you. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. Would anyone here relate to that? Thank you. The last time I had so many hands was in Eindhoven. And I'll come to that a couple of years back. Come to that later. Another question. There is more to me than I see in the mirror. Wow. That's a big show of hands. There is a deeper and greater meaning to what I'm living, more than what I'm living today. Let me share another piece of truth that has served me really, really well from the ancient teaching. This is very profound for me, so hold your breath. When I am who I am in deep peace, in abundant love, found joy. We communicate only for two reasons, for the sake of sympathy and for appreciation. We argue for only two reasons. One is we want understanding, the second we want access. We want to reach the other person. You're just not getting it. So you kind of go much further, a bit further, because the other person's heart is not open. The other person is not, you're not accessing the other person. You start arguing. I start arguing. One of the greatest lessons that I was very fortunate to receive, reminded by my teachers, is that if I operate from fear, simply that fear will manifest itself. So, if I'm going to always be driven by the thought that, hey, I've got to pay my bills, I'm operating within myself, I'm operating from a scarce place, from scarcity. And guess what? But if I am operating from scarcity within, what is going to manifest around me? Oh, there is nothing much more self-abusive than self-judgment. So absolutely, I'm with you. It is one of the things that I notice in my coaching. Anybody who lacks the true capacity to love, I notice one thing about them. They have difficulty loving themselves. Every single individual in my life I bumped into who have difficulty loving, I noticed this one thing: self-abuse. They never learned how to love themselves. One of the principles I've set for myself is never ever argue. In the beginning, when my teacher told me this, I was like, I want to argue. And he was like, why? And after a lot of mental acrobatics, I came to the conclusion, I want to argue because I want to be either right or I want to win. That's it. Now, I'm sure that in your life, as adolescents, you never had that urge to be right and to win. But let's look at your neighbor's kids. Let me throw a question at you. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. Would anyone here relate to that? Thank you. The last time I had so many hands was in Eindhoven.
And I'll come to that a couple of years back. Come to that later. Another question. There is more to me than I see in the mirror. Wow. That's a big show of hands. There is a deeper and greater meaning to what I'm living, more than what I'm living today.
Now, there are three attributes to every intention that we create. There must be three attributes for that intention to manifest. One, the intention must be pure. A pure intention, a legitimate intention, that it's an intention that's for the collective good. The intention must be passionate. It's an intention that you need to believe in and feel with your whole body. Every cell in your body should reverberate with that intention. Even in your sleep, you should feel no doubt about that intention. That's second. It should be a passionate intention. The third attribute of manifesting intention is you must be detached from it. You can be passionate about it, but you cannot be entangled in it.
There's something very subtle there, huh? Is there an argument going on there? Okay, all right, okay. When you're ready to bring me in, I'm here, all right? I'm not going anywhere, all right?
How can I alter the reality of others? By leading by example. By embodying that inner mastery that you aspire for others. That's how I believe I have enormous power over other people's reality. Simply by living an inspirational example in their lives. Like Gandhi said, be the change you want to see.